Hello everyone, how are you all? Take care of yourself and your family. So today friends we are going to see a concept of pokayoke. You can pronounce it as a pokayoke, which is also an Japanese term. This is widely used term in any lean manufacturing process, which helps to avoid any mistakes. Okay, so let's see why it is one of the most powerful work standardization technique, and how you can implement it this for in any organization. Okay, so friends, let's see. We know that many industrial management has adopted this principle and the technique originating as a part of Japan's manufacturing methodology and develop them further. So friends, stay connected with this video so as to get why this pokayoke is so successful technique from the times of post-war of Japan to the modern day business conditions. Okay, so before that friends, let me introduce myself. I am Atul Kumbar and you are on my channel AB Kumbar. I request all that if you like this video, if it is helpful to you, then please like it, share it to your friends, and also please subscribe to my channel. Okay, and please friends do supporting me for you know that your support is more valuable to me, okay, than anything for me. So friends, let's start. So first of all, let's see the what is that pokayoke. Okay, what is the pokayoke? Generally, the term pokayoke was coined in Japan during the period of 1960s by the you can say Shigeo Shingo. You can pronounce it differently also. Okay, Shigeo Shingo, who was an industrial engineer at Toyota. That Shingo also created and formalized zero quality control. You can say zero defect also, zero quality control, which means zero defect, that which has a combination of pokayoke technique to correct possible defects and the source of inspection to prevent your product from the defects. Okay, so that was generally implemented or created by Shingo. Now actually initially that pokayoke term was a bakayoke. Okay, so which means the full proofing, which means FOOL, full, not the FULL, FOOL. Okay, full proofing. So it was later changed because of some offensive comment in it, full proofing. Okay, you can get that political offensive comment. So therefore it is changed to pokayoke, which means mistake proofing. So initially it was a bakayoke. Okay, so mistake proofing, or more literally you can say that avoiding any advertent errors, or any, you can say, any other type of errors. So that pokayoke generally ensures that right conditions exist before a process step and that is executed, and thus it preventing defect from occurring in the first place. Okay, you can get it. And everywhere, whenever this is not possible, okay, that pokayoke performs a detective function, eliminating defects in the process as early as possible. Okay, so that is what the pokayoke, meaning of pokayoke. You have the definition here also, or meaning here also. You can get it from slide also, that pokayoke means mistake proofing generally. Okay, got it. So mistake proofing, so you have to foolproof your system. Now let us see some objectives. So its basic purpose is to eliminate product defect by preventing or correcting, or you can say drawing attention to the human error as they occur, okay, at the right place, at the first place, you can say. Now you can also say that its objective is like to achieve zero defects. In fact, it is just one of the many component of Shingo's zero quality control system or zero defect system, that the goal of which is to eliminate the defective product completely. Okay, so those are the some, you can say, objectives here. Now see why this pokayoke is so important. Okay, So we know that Poka-yoke means mistake proofing, that is to avoid errors for before happening. So as we are not allowing to make any errors here, it means it can reduce defects to a zero number, or you can say zero. So and ultimately company can take more economic advantage of this system. Okay. Now therefore the value of using this Poka-yoke is that they help people and processes, or you can say work right the first time, which makes mistakes impossible to happen. Okay. Likewise, then this technique can significantly improve the quality and reliability of product and processes, and it fits perfectly in the culture of continuous improvement. Okay, which is also the part of lean management function or lean management system, or you can say zero defect system. Now when we need to use it and how to use it. Okay, let's see here. The first, when there is any process operation and if it is missed or not performed as the requirement of standard specification or operating procedure, then we need to implement Poka-yoke. Second, when we have to we have some setup error, that is when we using some wrong tooling or setting machine adjustments incorrectly, so that time we need to use it, or we need to use Poka-yoke. Next, for missing part, that is when we have missed some part in the assembly or welding or any process. Then C, also for improper part also. Okay, here you can get the fourth point, also for the improper part. So that is generally used in process, or you can say wrong part is used in process. Now next, for any operational here, next for any operational error, or you can say having the incorrect vision of the specifications or steps. Okay, if any operator is following the different methods, or you can say for he is reading some different work instruction, okay, for different workstation. And lastly, to avoid the measurement error, that is when the errors in machine or machine adjustment, or you can say then for the test measurement or dimensions part, which are coming from the supplier. Okay, now also we have the number of conditions or requirements can be there to implement Poka-yoke. There is no such limitations. Got it? Okay, so you can implement Poka-yoke in everywhere where there is you required to minimize the errors, where you required to minimize the defects of your product. Now last, see some examples. Okay, so here there are some regular examples of Poka-yoke, okay, in which are used in daily life. So there may have some other examples or complicated examples used in industries, but let us see those simple one here first. Now first, see a car. Here, car with a manual gearbox or manual gear transmission. So we know that we must press the clutch pedal before starting the engine. So this interlock prevent an unintended movement of the car, which disengage the gearbox while starting. Okay, so that is what the first Poka-yoke. Okay, you need to press the clutch pedal while starting your car or while changing the gear. Okay, so then we know that there is some child-proof electrical sockets. Okay, where there is a protecting covering in the socket holes, which prevent the child to come in contact with the electricity. Okay, and then for washing machines, you see here it does not start if the door is not closed properly, or to prevent flooding, or you can say to get your clothes out from the machine while washing. Okay, now next, see the picture here. Okay, here there is a outlet in a sink. Okay, it is marked here. So to prevent overflow for that basin, if suppose there is a overflow for water, it will be you can say pass through that outlet sink hole. Now, and we know that the USB plugs and other input cables that we can't able to plug in, so those cables generally in a, or you can say we can't able to plug in those cables in a wrong way. Both having connector and socket has alternative provisions, so only one way is there. Okay, so one way is you can say possible to put connected in a connector in a socket. So that is for the USB. Okay, you can get it from practical application there. Now next, see, we have some child resistant caps for medicines bottles or chemicals, so as to prevent those curious children from consuming the content in that bottle. Okay, here for opening those caps we have to push it down with some force and then we need to rotate it. Okay, so it is also one type of Pokai, okay, which prevents your children or your childs to consuming any harmful ingredients in, or you can harmful medicines. Okay, then now one of the best example for electrical safety here, there is a pin on an electrical plug which is longer as well as thicker that than live and neutral pins. Okay, so those are the live and neutral pins, and here it is a electrical you can say earthing pin. So that earthing is generally a longer one and thicker one than live and neutral pins. For what purpose? To making the earth pin first to connect and the last to disconnect. Okay, so therefore proper grounding the connection for improved safety is possible, and which can prevent us or protect us to getting electrical shock. Okay, if any electrical you can say connection is improper there, then whatever the electricity is that will be passed through that firstly pass through that earthing connection. Now here it is the last example for this presentation, that elevator doors have some sensors which causes them to open if there is any obstruction in it. Okay, here you can see the hand obstruction is there, so it prevents the squashing of object then or pets or any people. Okay, but we can't say that, but here we don't know how safe it is to say that you can say you can put your hands in between and that door can be open or remain stopped there. Okay, or it can be open. So actually we have to think over it. Now that's what from the presentation. I hope you like this video. Okay, so please share it to your friends. It will definitely help you to grow your knowledge. Okay, get improvement even your knowledge somehow. So thank you friends, and please keep supporting me. Thank you friends. Okay, thank you so much.